What's up, sports bettors? Matt Modi here with OddsJam. We got an incredible slate of NBA games going on today. Heat, Cavs, Sixers, Blazers. So in this video, I'm going to give you my favorite NBA player props for today. My NBA player props, best bets today, Friday, March 10th. Can't believe we're already 10 days into March, but here we have it. We are. Yesterday overall was an incredible day for me. It has been an incredible March so far, sports betting. But unfortunately, specifically talking about the player props recorded on this video, I had two picks and they went 1-1. I had Tyus Jones under 3.5 rebounds. He ended with exactly 4. He hit that in the fourth quarter. Was very, very frustrating. But I did have De'Aaron Fox over 6.5 assists. He was able to get that, getting exactly 7 assists. So can't complain too much about the hook. So 1-1 on these player props, down a little bit of money based on how the odds shook out. But today I got 4 player props for you guys. Absolutely love them. I've already locked in all 4 and we can get right started. Actually, before we get right started, I would appreciate, for those of you watching this video, if you could like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then, of course, if you want to find me on social media, you can at my Twitter handle, Jedi Modi. Just a little bit of a shout out to Star Wars there. And the link for that is also in the description of the video as well. Also, the pinned comment. Now let's get started. So, positive expected value betting. There's a video on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, where I detail exactly what positive expected value betting is and why it's so valuable. I won't go into it a ton in this video. So if you want a bigger background, a more detailed background on positive EV betting, I definitely recommend checking that out. But we can go through the plays. So play number 1, Evan Mobley over 2.5 assists, plus 105 at both BetMGM and Bet365. So I locked this one on Bet365. I put 3/4 of a unit on this bad boy, already locked it in. But the reason why this is a good play, or I guess I should say the reason why it's on the positive EV page in general, is because of these no vig odds that you see here. So the no vig odds, you'll see them odds under the no vig odds column for literally every single play on the positive expected value page. And it's where the profitability of positive EV betting is derived from. The odds you see in this column under no vig odds, you can view as the true line of what a market should be priced at. Basically should be viewed as the perfect representation of the market. In this case, specifically is Evan Mobley over 2.5 assists. So the no vig odds price this at plus 102. And like I said, I won't go too much into it. All you really need to know is the reason why these no vig odds are so powerful is because they are pulled from the sharpest sports books in the world. The sports books that consistently do the best job at pricing odds is what feeds into these no vig odds here. So if you think about it, the logic is, okay, well, these 5 sports books, whatever, consistently do the best job at pricing odds. So we're going to let them set the market for us, and we're going to try and find betting opportunities where we are getting more favorable odds than the no vig line. And when I say no more favorable, I just mean more favorable to us as the sports bettor. So the bigger the gap between these two numbers, the higher your percent of expected value is, which is reflected in this percent here. So this percent can be viewed as your percent edge. Your expected value percent can also be viewed as your profit margin. But that doesn't mean I just blindly take every single play that shows up on the EV page. If you click your mouse where it's highlighted blue on a play, it pulls up what you see here, which just shows you where every single sportsbook is pricing odds for this play. So we locked the play in at plus 105, right? The over 2.5 plus 105 odds. So let's see where majority of sportsbooks price this play. So 2 of them have it at plus 105. Then we have BetOnline, which has it at minus 103. BetOnline's a pretty sharp sports book. That's still like 8 cents below what the odds we are betting it at. FanDuel, 11 cents below at minus 106. But let's look at the rest of the markets. Caesars favors the over. And when I say favors the over, look at where they have both sides of the line priced, right? The over is at minus 127. The under is at minus 108. They are charging more money towards the over, which is Caesars telling you they think that the over is the more likely scenario. DraftKings, same thing, favors the over. BetRivers favors the over. Betway favors the over. Fox Bet at minus 105, and then Pinnacle at minus 111. But the fact that we're getting this for plus 105, and no book even has it for like even money, which is plus 100, it's a pretty good price here. So that's why I like this one. That's why I locked it in. To answer the question, I don't recommend betting every single play on the positive EV page. I recommend doing the research that I just did in this video, which is look into where the rest of the markets price it. So play number 1, Evan Mobley over 2.5 assists. Play number 2, we're looking at Jared Allen under 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. This is at plus 125 odds at both DraftKings and Betway. So I ended up locking this one in on Betway, as you can see right here, under 23.5, Jared Allen points, rebounds, assists. So the oddsjam perfect line, the true line of this, is priced at plus 123. Essentially, we are getting it up at plus 125. So it's a smaller gap between these two numbers, equating to an EV percent of 0.76. But another question I get a lot is, will you play something if it's below a certain percentage? And the answer is yes, I still will, as long as the play is good, which I know sounds dumb, but when I mean the play is good, I mean, look at where these other sports books are pricing it. BetOnline at plus 105. Every other book, plus 100, plus 100, minus 104, minus 105. Every other sports book has it roughly for even money, and we are getting it all the way up at plus 125. So I do like this one, even though it's at 0.76% of expected value, because it's such a nice outlier compared to every other book. And that's the most important thing. As long as you are betting on an outlier, it's something that will work out in the long run. You're not going to profit every single day. Like March has been incredible, right? Up almost 4K, 9 days of betting into March, right? I've had 2 down days out of 9, and I've been up 500, 800, 1.2K, 600, almost 500. It's been an amazing March. Let's look at February. Not quite as good. Still up in February, but look at how rough this month was. Down 1K, down 500, down 800, down 1.2K, down 600, down 800. That's the ebbs and flows of sports betting. So you're not going to profit every single day, week, month, but it's something that will work out in the long run. You just have to be able to accept highs and lows. Well, obviously, the highs you don't have to accept. Those are fun. You have to accept the lows and understand that the highs are coming. Like March has been better than I could have even imagined. And that was after a rough February. That's kind of how these things work out. But as long as you are doing this type of diligence, I am confident that you will have similar success to me. So play number 3, and I got one more after this one. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope under 10.5 points. This is at minus 104 at FanDuel. I locked in this one, as you can see here. KCP under 10.5 points, minus 104 odds. OddsJam perfect line pricing this, rounding up to about minus 105. Smaller EV percent, but I like it because look at where the other sportsbooks are pricing it. So FanDuel has it at minus 104. And then there are 2 sportsbooks that are close, PointsBet and BetRivers. I've noticed that those 3 seem to be aligned. I'm not sure why, that's just kind of how it is. But every other sportsbook, minus 130, minus 125, minus 130. We can ignore these 3 because they're DFS companies, so you can ignore their odds. But minus 119, minus 130, minus 125, minus 132. All pricing it pretty decently above these 3 sportsbooks. And even though there are 2 close to the FanDuel line, neither BetRivers or PointsBet are offering a line that is positive expected value. So that's why I like this one on FanDuel as my 3rd play. The 4th one I actually found on the OddsJam arbitrage page. So I'm assuming everybody who's watching this knows what an arbitrage is. It's when you can place a bet on both sides and guarantee profit because there's such a wide gap between 2 sports books. Sometimes with arbitrage betting, there is one sportsbook of the 2 that is so misaligned that it's actually a profitable bet. It's actually a positive EV play. And that's exactly what we have here. So the play is Donovan Mitchell over 8.5 rebounds plus assists, plus 115 odds at PointsBet. Now, again, we can ignore Underdog and Prize Picks, but look at every other book that prices it. Remember, we're getting it for plus 115, plus 102, okay, kind of close, minus 123, minus 115, minus 115, pretty much for even money. No, not pretty much. Two of them have it, or three books, excuse me, have it for even money, right? They're charging equal amounts of juice on each side, showing you that they don't have a favorite. Caesars favors the over at minus 123, and PointsBet all the way up at plus 115. So I would have liked to put more on this one, but PointsBet has me heavily limited. For those of you at home, I recommend putting 3/4 of a unit. But that's it. That is my fourth and final play. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on social media, and that's it. So again, thanks for watching, and have a good one.